Footprints. There may be even more that survived the crash. Should mind my step.
Dead goblins over there. Worth checking for supplies, maybe.
What's going on with that rune? Looks unstable somehow.
Look there, on the wall. Something's not right with that sigil.
Huh. What's that?
That room looks unsteady. Something's wrong. Something's amiss with that room. Seems unstable.
Is that rune all right? It doesn't look all right.
Approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
A hand? Anyone? No! Can't make it out by myself. I'll perish in here. I'll perish.
This branch of flesh is begging to be pruned, and its sap sucked from.
My mistress' eyelids! Stop! Cease, you loon! Ah! Ah!
As soon as the dreams cross the threshold of your imagination, you snap back to realize they have all come true.
You were supposed to lend a hand, not take one.
Just full of surprises, aren't you?
Your lust for blood is rare. Let us hope you know where to direct it.
Poor man. That's no way to treat a stranger in need.
Oh. What the fuck just happened?
Joy floods through you. You were dazed on the Nautiloid, but now you are truly awake. Alive.
Huh. You look rabid, pained, sick. You're spasming and twitching. You poor thing. Well, so far, my tadpole and I have been nothing but best friends. Something else is happening to you, isn't it? You have bouts of swooning and swaying, and your jaw is grinding like you're poised to chew off your tongue. Do take care of yourself. The norm is to keep dirty thoughts like that to ourselves, but do carry on. It seems you've been dealt a vile hand. I say, play it. Play it for all it's worth. Nobody should deny themselves their true nature. What did you think I was going to say? Oh, come here. I'll kiss you better.
Just your average traveler stuck between realms. Pull me out, and we'll get properly introduced. Ow! Perhaps I should have clarified? A helping hand? Anyone?
magic around the sigil hisses like a cornered cat. Your only option now is to grab the hand and pull.
No! I'm slipping away! I'll perish in here! I'll perish! That's it! Go on! Keep pulling! Whatever you're doing is working wonders! Now a quick little pull should do the trick. Oh. Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. Usually better at this. A bit shocked, but friend, it's a relief and a pleasure to make your acquaintance. That magic. Apologies. I didn't exactly memorize my cephalopodian banishment spells last night. Wasn't the best prepared for an attack by squid. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the Norse Lloyd as well. And I can only assume you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region. I don't know what transpired exactly, but the ship broke into pieces and I suddenly found myself in freefall. As I was plummeting to certain death, I spied a glimmer quite near where I estimated my body to impact with less than savory propulsion. Recognizing this glimmer to be magical in nature, I reached out to it with a weaving of words and found myself on the other side, as it were. How about you? How did you survive the fall? Fair enough. But even so, I have the unfortunate suspicion your survival is still very much in jeopardy. That vast burning wreckage behind you somewhat contradicts your story, but here you stand, so who am I to argue? Still, swashbuckling heroics aside, I have the unfortunate suspicion your survival is still very much in jeopardy. I quite agree. But I have the unfortunate suspicion your survival is still very much in jeopardy. It is a valuable commodity to be favored so by the gods. But even so, I have the unfortunate suspicion your survival is still very much in jeopardy. Whoa! Easy does it. You really, really don't want to do that. Not a threat. Just an observation. "10 years of bad luck if you kill a wizard. Why take the risk?" Much obliged. Besides, I suspect the real villain here is one we have in common. Back on the ship, you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region. Were you not? No use sugarcoating it, is there? Gotcha. Private. Nothing to do with me. And yet, if we indulge in the hypothetical, for a moment. The insertee we speak of, this parasite, are you aware that after a period of excruciating gestation, it will turn us into mind flayers? It's a process known as ceramorphosis, and let me assure you, it is to be avoided. You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you? A doctor? Surgeon? Uncannily adroit with a knitting needle?
You seem to know enough about our condition to realize it's beyond most clerics' skills.
Most, no doubt, but I find myself hoping to be in the presence of the few. You don't happen to be one of them. And it looks like we're both starved for answers. A cap would keep the parasite nice and cozy, but its comfort is hardly my priority. As we've established, few enough can. It's not exactly a common affliction. We're most certainly going to need a healer, and soon, too. How about we lend each other a helping hand once more and look for a healer together? Most excellent. A parasite shared is a parasite halved, or something to that effect. Oh, but before you think you're about to embark on a journey with most ill-mannered a man, thank you for pulling me out of that stone. It was an act of foresighted kindness, I assure you. For I have the feeling ample opportunities will present themselves for me to return the favor. Are you certain? There might be danger around the next corner, and a wizard is excellent company to keep. You're quite significant loss. Farewell, then. Good luck. Ah! My savior! I'd be in quite a bind if not for your valiant tugging. Exploration merits companionship, though. Shall we? Grown none the wiser, I see. The currents of weave around these ruins are absolutely fascinating. There's so much to explore. Exploration merits companionship, though. Shall we? Most excellent. Then, without further ado, let's be off. Here's hoping we come across a powerful healer and a powerful wizard both. Then you leave me no choice but to answer your folly with fury.
Well met. I am a magical projection of Gale of Waterdeep, and if you see this manifestation, that means I have prematurely perished. However, for reasons that cannot be disclosed, it is of vital importance that my death be remedied at your earliest convenience. You may rest assured that I do not speak out of self-preservation alone. Many lives depend on my return to the living within the span of 2 days. I trust I've made myself clear. No need. That will be covered by the "for reasons that cannot be disclosed" clause, so let's move on. A grave error in judgment indeed, which we'll pretend was never spoken. I have upon my deceased person a magical item that can accomplish my return. But such is the value and rarity that it is protected by a multi-layered security protocol. I will now explain the protocol. Step 1 is to retrieve from my person a pouch I wear over my heart. Next, you must unthread the purple seam that seals it in a counterclockwise fashion. Do not touch any other colored strand. Inside the pouch, you will find a folded letter and a tiny flute. Unfold the letter and note the markings in the top and bottom corners. These are the notes you will need to play. Starting from the bottom right, play the notes in correct order, clockwise this time. Upon completion of the tune, a magma method will appear, which will pose the following question. Iskcha Chisnaga. This is Ignan for what is my name? The answer is Kasi Trak Ash. Pronounce the name correctly, and the method will breathe on the letter. Stay clear, because the little scamp can melt metal. Words will now appear on the letter's surface, effectively turning the letter into a scroll of true resurrection. Use it to bring me back to life. Thank you. Now repeat my instructions back to me, please. Excellent. Now repeat my instructions back to me, please. I think ingenious is the word you're looking for. Now, repeat my instructions back to me, please. So it is. Our lives depend on it. Now, repeat my instructions back to me, please. Humor me. I need to be absolutely certain you understand. In that case, this will be an easy exercise. Step 1. I'm not trying to try your patience. I simply need to be absolutely certain you understand. Have it your way. I can only hope your memory stretches further than your patience. And next?
Purple seam, you donkey.
Purple, darling. It's the purple seam.
Chuck. How quick your mind turns to mush. You unthread the purple seam.
Whoops. I think you meant purple.
Pretty sure it was purple.
The purple seam indeed. You then have access to the letter and the flute. Continue. Right. You then have access to the letter and the flute. Go on.
Did you listen at all? Bottom right.
Wrong, I'm afraid. Bottom right.
Focus, Kachoki. You play starting at the bottom right.
No. Unless my mind's gone a muddle, I think you mean bottom right.
Wrong. It's bottom right.
Quite right. You start at the bottom right corner, and remember to play them clockwise. After that, remember to play them clockwise. And after that,
Come on, you're just guessing now. It's Kashi Trachash.
Kashi Trachash. The blighter is called Kashi Trachash.
Is it really so difficult? Kashi Trach Ash.
I think it's the one ending in Osh. Easy mistake.
Wait, no! I know this one! Kashi Trakash!
listen to your friend. It's Kasi Trach Ash. And pay attention to the Trach part. Yeah, back of the throat. Correct. But pay attention to the Trach part. Ch is back of the throat. And so we have gone through the necessary steps again. Let's hope practice makes perfect in the end. Best of luck with the protocol. May my cold, dead hands soon be refilled with the warmth of life so they can shake yours in gratitude.
You knocked it
corpse regards you lifelessly.
Elminster came, offered solution, turned, Orin, taken. Bring me back, cast the spell. Utmost importance. Gale, Decarius. Bring me back before too late. Must cast the spell. Not concentrating. My magic not focused. Waterdeep. Avoiding ceremorphosis. Removing tadpole. Wizard. Archmage. Wielder of the weave.
The corpse remains silent. It does not know. The pouch is sealed with differently colored strands of thread. You get a feeling something's wrong. It's as if the pouch struggles against you. As the threads become undone, the pouch itself evaporates. The letter and flute inside are now forever beyond your grasp. As the purple thread becomes undone, the pouch opens to reveal a letter and flute inside. This is the flute Gale kept on his person. A faint magical aura envelops its wooden surface.
Wonderful rendition of a dying crow.
Just be grateful that my ears can't bleed.
Pretty tune. You're better with your mouth than I would have figured.
Bravo! I didn't think you had it in you.
Inoffensive enough.
How lovely. A natural tunesmith.
Handsome and talented. Goodness me, I'm a goner.
The flute awaits with bated breath. That wasn't the right note. You'll have to start anew. Gale's magic flute is ready to be played.
Iskcha Cisnaga. Nus viet Ya, zoom. Multhamesk. Dinu Frantha, Manthra Gale.
I hope it has been made abundantly clear that to kill me is counterproductive. I'd thank you for bringing me back to life, but your ending it in the first place has me rather in two minds about you. That said, despite my return to the land of the living, my predicament remains. And so, of course, does yours. As such, I'm feeling magnanimous enough to let bygones be bygones. A healer is what we need. Shall we? You're not versed in magic, are you? No matter to worry the unlettered over. Oh, I do apologize. I meant to ask, are you studied in magic? Namely, are you a wizard? Which you are not. If you meet any elder wizards, let me know. There is a matter I'd like to seek advice on from a master. You have a familiar twinkle in your touch. You're a wizard, aren't you? We must trust one another, apprentice. You know as well as I, a powerful sage could help us with our plight. All that scares me in this world is the unknown. Is it brute force that saves you and I each day in battle? No. It's our greater knowledge. You do have a bit of a glassy look in your eye to be an apprentice. Would you consider yourself particularly well-read? The aid of someone learned would be of great use to me. The limited time for reading that undergoing ceremorphosis leaves pains me so. Mistress Elbow! We truly are doomed. My apologies. Don't get your robes in a ruffle. Oh, don't compare yourself to Kelban. He wastes far too much of his time dying. You and I both know the aid a powerful sage could bring us. If you meet any elder wizards, let me know. There is a matter I'd like to seek advice on from a master. Go ahead. I'm listening. Let's see. I hail from Waterdeep, city of splendors. I am a wizard of considerable acclaim and scholar of exceptional accomplishment. I have a cat, a library, and a weakness for a good glass of wine. And if the mood takes me, I'm known to try my hand at poetry. There. Certainly. That I have a great respect for privacy, for instance, especially my own. Didn't that paint enough of a picture?
Try as you might to breach his inner thoughts, Gale swats your efforts away with infuriating ease.
I have a very disciplined mind. Those tricks won't work on me. Please don't try that again unless I invite you to.
a split second, you see a swirl of untamed magic. Then his defenses drop like a portcullis.
Out! That was uncalled for. Not an eventuality I'm entirely unfamiliar with. Nevertheless, please don't try that again unless I invite you to. Nothing. What you saw was merely mental disorientation brought about by your intrusion. Please don't try that again unless I invite you to. No. And please don't try that again unless I invite you to. Memory loss isn't usually a symptom of ceremorphosis. If it is, they've forgotten to write it down in any text I've read on the subject. Then again, our case isn't exactly usual. Perhaps whatever's causing our tadpoles to remain in stasis has also affected your mind. If ceremorphosis takes place, all trace of your former self will be subsumed into the Mind Flayer's hive. So, to still be here, if a mite forgetful, still a win in my book. We all have those from time to time. I once wished a most impure demise on a colleague of mine who bought the last remaining copy of Etheril's Enchiridion of Enchanting Easements. It's a first edition, too. As regards to your own morbid little fantasies, I'm sure they're nothing to worry about, so long as they remain fantasies. I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I'll be in the camp then, idling away the hours. With pleasure. Lead on. Oh, nothing would give me greater pleasure. Which of our esteemed company am I stepping in for? I'd be delighted, though someone else will need to watch the cook pot, of course. Oh, would that I could. But your entourage is full. You'll need to make room for me first. Oh, I see you're traveling with plenty of company already. Perhaps I can join you later instead. As you like. Won't stray far from my books. I should certainly hope so. A decision most excellently made. Shall we? Back in the thick of things at last. Oh, how exciting. Wonderful. Lead on, then. Magical. So, shall we? The mind is strong, but the knees... well, they are a little sore. I'll gladly put my feet up. I'll get little rest, given the stack of unread books waiting for me. But I'll try. Keeping your greatest weapon in reserve, eh? An excellent strategy.
I've heard you can't get blood from a stone, but apparently you can get a wizard from one. Gale seems... interesting.
So, we've picked up a wizard who managed to get stuck in his own portal. Hardly a promising introduction.
The wizard was a useful find. Let's hope he's as powerful as he is verbose.
A good wizard is hard to find. Let's make Gale feel welcome, as best we can.
Well done getting the wizard on board. He can zap from afar, while I smack up close. But if he tries to get me to read any tomes, I will scream.
Go ahead. I'm listening. What's on your mind? How can I help? Look, I think we might have gotten off on the wrong foot here. How about we both try a little harder, yes? That, or part ways? Listen, I am rapidly coming to the conclusion our joint travels are destined to fail. I could say it's me, not you, but that will be a lie. So unless an honest effort is made on your part, I don't think we'll be traveling together much longer. Listen here. We've reached the point of no return. We're not compatible, you and I. Neither in thought nor in temper. It is time we part ways before our enmity spills over into violence. No, ours was not a bond of strength, but of convenience. It's outstayed its welcome. Couldn't agree more. That much we agree upon. I'd wish you a bright future, but since you cannot escape your own company, that would be a futile gesture. So long. It hasn't been a pleasure.